Hello, Earth signs. This is your dope astrologer and tarot reader back with another reading. Thank you so much. Hope you are well. Hope you are safe. Let's get into it. Get a little situated here. So real quick, this Mercury retrograde, of course, you know, Mercury retrograde is when there can be a breakdown of communication. There could be a breakdown as far as how you process information, how you think, how you communicate, how people interpret what you tell them, how you communicate with people. This particular retrograde starts out in Sagittarius right now. Mercury is retrograde in Sagittarius at 5 degrees. Some of you earth signs could scorch the earth, or maybe you feel like scorching the earth. Things are not going your way, especially when it comes to how you make money, how you buy the things that you like, you know, your desires. This is also about communication that could be blunt, or you just don't feel like being bothered. So you may distance yourself from people if you don't scorch the earth and let people know how you really feel. And then once Mercury retrogrades back into Scorpio, you will, a lot of you, especially Virgos, you go from this energy of overanalyzing, overthinking your emotions, why you feel this way, what does this person really mean to you, how can you get this person to get closer, how can you get this person to distance themselves from you so you don't have to do it, and so on and so forth. You will have a pretty good idea about what it is that you need to do and a plan, and then you may isolate yourself from people to work on this plan. Now, the plan doesn't have to be anything that deals with love. It could deal with your finances, building a business. Some of you may be building a brand as well, especially if you're a Capricorn. So this Mercury retrograde will also, it could also bring communication, important communication from older men in your life, not just lovers, but friends that you have, and personal private matters may come up, issues that you've had with people that you are intimate with, or, you know, maybe were at some point you were intimate with them, or there's an interest to be intimate with them. Those people may come back, and, you know, you may even decide to reach out to someone. So let's start with Virgo. And this energy for the collective as well, it can be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde as you go from Mercury being in Sagittarius, which is about expressing what you've experienced from people, expressing what you are wise and knowledgeable about, and then retreating back to Scorpio, where you can either sit in the anger or you transmute it and transform it into something positive. So that's what I was saying about the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Especially with the earth signs, you could be, you know, the next 6 weeks may be a little uncomfortable for you. Okay, now let's go to Virgo. Okay, so Virgo. This energy, Virgo, is happening in your house of communication, but it's starting out in your fourth house of home, family, security, people that you love, expressing your fulfillment or your unfulfillment in this area of your life, home ownership or something going on with your home. You may feel the need to express it, and it could be, you know, I need to move in with somebody, I need to possibly rent out a room, or you could just be thinking about your living situation, or, you know, thinking about decorating your home, your living space a certain way. Traveling with close friends and family could be significant. There could be an important conversation that you have with the men in your family, or like a male role model, or just a man, regardless if you are a woman or a man that you are close to. Six of Cups. You're feeling nostalgic. That's probably why some of you may want to just hang around your family or create some type of experience by traveling with your family. So we are talking about the emotions for this Mercury retrograde, Virgo, is surrounding communication that you have with your family, people that you view as family, talking about your own personal security, whether it's your physical security or your emotional security. So you don't want to be around a lot of people right now, Virgo, that's going to make you feel emotionally insecure. They don't allow you to be vulnerable. Or when you were vulnerable, when you did let down your guard, you may not like how someone reacts and responds to that. So in a few more days, when Mercury goes to Scorpio in your third house, this is the house of siblings, cousins, your neighborhood. You may start to really start observing and paying attention who's in your immediate environment. And if you want to distance yourself emotionally or physically from certain people, Virgo. Something about the relationship that you have with your cousins, your siblings, maybe even an aunt, maybe even the way that you decide to communicate with people. Maybe you won't be as open. Yeah, you could be deciding, you know, maybe you won't be as open. Maybe you won't, you know, share so much with people. This is the Two of Pentacles. So right now, or in the near future, Virgo, you could be like, do I really trust this person with this information? Does this person make me feel safe to feel the way that I feel? You could also be thinking back to someone in your past, Virgo, with the Six of Cups. Someone that you may not have talked to in a minute that made you feel safe emotionally, that made you feel secure enough to express yourself. So a lot of you could be thinking about that. Perhaps someone is thinking about you like that. There could be some type of reconnection that you have with this person, or desire to do so at least. We got the Three of Cups and we got the Six of Cups. So this does talk about emotions and feelings. You could be in the next 6 weeks, Virgo, going through this transformation where, again, you are analyzing who you should pour your cup of love from, your cup of emotion from. Who you really like hanging out with. Who really feels like home. Who really feels like a friend. Who really feels like a community. So like I was saying before, some of you could be thinking about moving, or changing something about your living space to make it feel more home-like, more cozy, more comfortable for you. So, what's the outcome for Mercury retrograde for Virgo? And again, if you would like a personal reading, that information will be in the description box. For 12/12, you can get your own Mercury retrograde personal reading. So the outcome is the Emperor, and this is someone who could be acting out. And like I was saying, earth signs, this energy may make a lot of you feel uncomfortable, because from my experience with earth signs and air signs, but mostly earth signs, they're really good with, okay, it doesn't make sense for me to put in effort or put in any type of physical thought towards this person or this thing, because they're not giving me what I want. They're not giving me tangibly what I want. And so that's how a lot of you base your decisions on. What is this Emperor about? Because this is saying you don't want to deal with anyone, and you're like closing off your emotions. Queen of Pentacles. Let's see. Saturn is in Pisces. That Pisces is your opposite sign, Virgo. And this is giving me the energy of, I'm not putting myself in any type of situation that doesn't make me feel like this, the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, regardless of gender, is someone who is, I call this my Beyonce card. They can be a husband, wife, lover, friend. They are a business person. They're stable. Their money is together. This person is very nurturing and welcoming. And so I feel like either you're saying, you will say to yourself, Virgo, I'm not getting back into anything unless someone makes me feel like the Queen of Pentacles. You could also consider yourself to be the Queen of Pentacles in this situation, Virgo, because it is an earth sign card. Some of you don't want to go back to this person even though they made you feel like this. Who's the Six of Cups? It's like you're being stopped. Or you feel like someone will stop you. You may feel like this person may not want to offer this to you, or that it's no longer possible. But again, I feel like some of you will start acting out, like being cold-hearted, you know, being a jerk. Maybe, you know, taking out on other people what people have done to you. Some of you may want to be, you know, a hot girl, a hot boy before you get locked down on something. You know, it's cuffing season. Maybe you want to get in just a little bit of fun before you know, lock it down with someone. What is this trying to say? What's the outcome? King of Cups. So we got a king, a queen, And then we have an Emperor who is doing the most. The person of your desire may already be with someone, or you feel that they are, or vice versa. But either way it goes, you're still going to have to make a decision with the Two of Pentacles here, Virgo. Do not let something jade you and make you mad and so bitter that you miss out on an opportunity. Or someone comes back around from your past, and because you haven't healed, or because you want to get back at someone, you treat them like the Emperor in reverse, when you really want the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups with this person. Or you just want this in general, and you can't get that by being an Emperor in reverse. So this is either a past person with the Six of Cups, or this is you saying, this is what I want going forward, but you gotta be the person that you're trying to attract, Virgo. Okay. So Virgo, that is your reading. Hope it was helpful. Hope it could give you some comfort. Again, if you are interested in a personal Mercury retrograde reading, I have those going on right now for 12/12. That link is in the description box. If you're watching this on my other socials, check my bio for the link. All right, let's go to Capricorn. Hey, Capricorn. Right now, Mercury is in your 12th house of mental health. This is also the house of fame and fortune, and especially if you're in the arts, TV, radio, music, dance. This is also the house of psychic phenomenon, which a lot of you probably, especially if you are earth dominant, you may or may not believe in it. But this right here, Capricorn, is really telling me to pay attention to your dreams, the dreams that you have when you sleep, and also the things that you daydream about. I was just watching another YouTuber, and he was saying how he has achieved enough success where it's all about creating a feeling. You know, like if I want to feel this way, I'm going to dress this way, or I'm going to wear my hair this way, or I'm going to live in a certain type of space, you know. So you could be going through a little of that, and you could also be expressing what's really on your mind, what's really been repressed. I do want you to watch your mental right now. This feels like a lot of mind chatter for you, like anxious energy, like your mind won't shut up. Be careful that you don't try to use something like drugs or alcohol to suppress that. And as I say that, the Three of Cups in reverse is here. This, when it's in reverse, this is a card of indulgence, indulging in things that are not healthy, overeating, over drinking, alcohol, overindulging in drug use, sex, you know. Because a lot of you, depending on what you feel, it may be hard for you to express it, but it's got to come out. If not, you could take on unhealthy things to try and cope. And then when Mercury continues to travel in Mercury retrograde fashion, when it gets to Scorpio, this is hitting the part of your birth chart that deals with, you know, your clique, people you hang around, people, places, and things you associate with. There could be some type of conversation that you have with someone in your circle of friends that really makes you be like, okay, so what did they mean by that? What did he mean by that? What she mean by that? And you may try to be the person to like make sense of it. It could be something that comes out when someone is drunk, like a drunk text or something like that. Gemini or Virgo could be significant here. Yeah, someone wants a do-over, you want a do-over, or you want the chance to do something over. Like, this is giving me someone may have made a bad impression, or at least they think they did, and they're trying to reverse the mistake or get a redo. So this could be you or someone, you know, who you're dealing with, or someone that approaches you, communicates this to you. Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio is here. So what could this Mercury retrograde bring Capricorn? What's the outcome? And again, if you would like a personal reading, your own personal Mercury retrograde reading, that information is in the description box. Outcome, Knight of Wands. This is like someone who could be sneaky, reckless. This is Sagittarius energy. So by the end of the Mercury retrograde, you could be looking at someone or getting into a situation as being either risky, or you could be like, YOLO, you only live once, let me just try it. It may leave you in the same position that it did before. If you're thinking about going back to someone or trying something again, or giving someone another shot, giving someone a chance, another chance. I feel like once the newness of this situation wears off, you won't be as enthused about this thing or this person anymore with the Four of Cups. Yeah. Sagittarius energy is here heavy, so something significant could happen during Sagittarius season, Capricorn. But yeah, that's your reading. I hope that was helpful. Hope that can give you some comfort. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified of my next video. I know I post pretty sporadic. Let's get on and go to Taurus. Hey, Taurus. You could already be feeling some opposition, Taurus, because Venus, your home planet, is in Scorpio, your opposite sign. So there could be some type of emotional, maybe mental, but an emotional tug and pull, push and pull that you have with your emotions when it comes to someone specifically. This Mercury retrograde is in the house that deals with your secrets, things you don't want people to know. This is dealing with people that you've been intimate with or currently intimate with. You could want to express that. Someone could want to like speak on your business, your private matters. Or this is just you expressing either your happiness or your discontent with what's going on in your personal life. For some of you, this could be a money issue. taxes, people, money that people owe you or money that you get from people. This area in your life is expanding as far as like you talking about it, you thinking about it, right? And so when Mercury goes back into Scorpio in a few days, it will be in your 7th house. So this is where this emotional push and pull happens when it comes to your relationships. Oh, we got 3 cards exactly. Okay. Strange happenings, strange events could happen like this, Taurus. We got the Emperor. We got the Devil in reverse, child. We got the Queen of Swords in reverse. This is giving me frustration that someone is not doing what you want them to do, or you wish they would do, or you wish they would say. It's also a frustration of you feeling like you're restricted, or you were restricted in expressing yourself, since we're talking about the Mercury retrograde. It's like you may feel like, okay, after not being able to or not wanting to for whatever reason, now you could want to say something, but you've either waited too long, so the way you deliver it is going to be messed up, or the way someone comes at you is going to be messed up, or you've already blocked this person so they can't tell you how they feel, or vice versa, they blocked you, Taurus. And it's like you're trying to take control of the situation by explaining or expressing yourself, and it may be too late, or it may not be received well. Let's clarify. What is this Queen of Swords doing? Somebody shut out. This is also talking about being in a difficult place, like a catch-22. If I do this, this gonna happen. If I do that, this is gonna happen. Some of you could be married or dealing with someone who's married or in a long-term relationship. Someone is wanting freedom from some type of either an organization or a relationship. What's this Emperor? There's a desire to fix something, and like I was saying before, remorse that I couldn't do this before, or remorse I could do this before but I chose not to, and so now, you know, I have regret. Or just, you know, someone, you wanted to tell someone, Taurus, that you messed up, or someone wants to tell you this. Someone may be spying on you, or to, you know, try and get clues from your social media about what you've been up to. Someone may be asking questions about you, or, you know, if you're cross-watching for a Taurus, they could be doing this about you. So what's the outcome for Taurus in this Mercury retrograde? What is this bringing, Taurus? A possible new beginning after something being brought back to life, whether it's communication, or, you know, someone is willing to reevaluate, because we're talking about the retrograde. Someone is willing to reevaluate, revisit their connection with you. You know, someone is open to a communication, a new beginning, which is good. Someone has been doing a lot of reflecting in this situation, and it feels like someone should have did or said something sooner and they didn't, and it got out of control. And so now someone is trying to express how they feel, but it may be too late. It may not be as easy as, I'm saying I'm sorry, But yeah, guys, that is your reading. I hope it was helpful. I hope it brings you some closure as well and some comfort. If not, but yeah, if you would like a personal reading, that information is in the description box. And I'll see y'all on the next one.